Our school, Michael Nagar Shikhaniketan, government sponsored co ed English medium higher secondary, has taken an excellent initiative in conducting online classes through YouTube channel. Even in this pandemic situation, our school did not step aback in providing and enhancing knowledge to the students. So, it's a request to the viewers, please like, comment, and subscribe.
So, topic we are going to start today is excretion. So, what is excretion? Suppose you are in your home, in your room, and you have gathered all the rubbish, all the garbage in your room, and you refuse to let it go. Somehow you refuse to let all the garbage which you have collected, like wrappers and the packets and vegetable peels, all the things, you refuse to let them go, you refuse to throw it out. So, what will happen in your room? It will become very unhygienic. It will, from there you are going to get a very bad smell, a bad odor is going to come from your room, and the room will become very dirty and unhygienic, and it will gather many flies from which diseases may come. So, but if you gather all the waste, all the garbage and throw it in the dustbin, and then throw the dustbin in a community dustbin van, what will happen? Your room will become clean and it is fresh again, very hygienic. So, same thing happens with the human body or with the living body. If the untoxic, if the toxic materials, if the garbages, if the unhealthy things, the unhealthy waste, if they are kept inside the body of the living organism, what will happen? The living organism may die or may become very ill. But if they remove that toxic materials from their body, then they will become normal or healthy again. So, excretion is the process by which living organism eliminates the metabolic waste from their body. In plants, how do they eliminate? They eliminate in the form of crystal. We will go in that topic later. And can you see, by the way, this diagram? This you know, this is a kidney in the human body. This is resin. We will go in the topic when we will discuss, but do see this picture. This is called resin. This is a metabolic waste of the plant. Now, we will study the significance of excretion. So, what are the importance, what are the things needed for, what are significance of excretion? So, number one is written, to maintain a normal health. Obviously, to maintain a normal health, the metabolic waste that is produced inside the body has to be eliminated. The carbon dioxide that is entering in your body or is producing by the cell has to be eliminated out from your body through air, through breathing. Then there are the metabolic waste like the urea, then ammonia. These are all the metabolic waste. These needs to be excreted out from your body to maintain a healthy life. Number two, to maintain the contents of the protoplasm. So, the protoplasm, the cell contents will not work properly if the waste continues to grow inside it. If the waste continues to accumulate inside the cell, the protoplasm, the cell contents will not work properly. So, the cell has to remove the metabolic waste from its cells. Then number three, to maintain the water balance and osmotic equilibrium. What does it mean? It means that you are drinking the plant body, or say the human, will give the example, you are drinking a lot of water. All the water is not needed by you. All this excess water may be harmful for your body. So, to maintain the water balance, to maintain the osmotic equilibrium, the water is needed to be eliminated. So, to maintain a balanced water will be eliminated. How it will be eliminated? By the process of excretion. Or else, if the water refuses to eliminate, if the water is not eliminated from the body, what will happen? The cell will burst. The cell will burst because there is no osmotic equilibrium. and the cell cannot hold the water anymore, and it will burst out and it will kill the cell. So to maintain water balance, excretion is needed. The last one is utilization of excretory products. Utilization of excretory products means when the animal is excreting out urea or uric acid or ammonia, these all things, these all compounds have nitrogen inside of them. They are having what? They are having nitrogen inside of them. So when they eliminate these waste compound, the eliminated waste compound will go to the soil. It will go and mix with the soil, and from the soil those nitrogen will be collected by the plant. The plant will collect the nitrogen from the waste material eliminated by the living organism, and the nitrogen will be needed by the plant for its function. So utilization of excretory products. Next is we are going to study the excretion in plants. Before that, let us say something about this topic, about excretion in plants. In plants, there is no excretory organs. In humans, in insects, in protozoa, every organism are having a excretory organ. Every organism are having excretory organs, but plants do not have such organs. So how do they excrete? They excrete in the following way, which we will study in the next slide. And the excretory product is very low, because the rate of metabolism in plant is much lower than humans. Humans are walking, they are running, they are breathing, they are doing various stuff which the plants are not, and the metabolism of the plant is hence much lower than the humans or the living organism, for which the metabolic waste is also secreted much low. So the metabolic waste in plant is much lower than in animals. Also the metabolic waste in plants are not as much complex or harmful as the animals, and the metabolic waste that is produced on a plant can be again utilized by the plant, can be resynthesized by the plants. So these are the three ways by which a plant may excrete. So number one is shedding of leaves. So you know the plant sheds leaf. So in deciduous plants mainly, what happens, the plants are shedding the leaves every season. So what happened in here, the plant is accumulating the waste products in the leaf. They are accumulating the waste products, and then the waste products are transported to the leaves, and in the leaves they are stored, and until and unless the leaf is shedded out, and then along with the shedded leaf the waste material is also being eliminated. The best example of deciduous plants, you know. The next one is shedding of barks. So there are some plants like guava. Have you seen guava plant? The guava plants shed the barks. They shed barks like monthly, or so what happens here, the plant will again in the same process like the previous one will accumulate the waste materials inside the bark, and when the plant shed the bark, the waste material will be shaded along with it. Next one is shading of fruit. In some plants like in lemon or apple, like this type of plants, what happens, the plant will accumulate the metabolic waste in the form of organic acid, that is, in lemon it will accumulate the waste in the form of citric acid, and in apple it will accumulate the waste in the form of malic acid, and it will store there in the fruit, and when the fruit is ripen enough it will fall off, and hence carrying the waste with it. So these are the three ways by which a plant may excrete, but there are other ways also which we will study in the next slide. So the next one is the excretory products of the plants. So this is in the previous slide you have studied the ways by which the plant excrete, and in this you are going to study about about the products of the plant excretion. So number one is these four, as you can see, gums, resin, latex and tannin. These four are non-nitrogenous products which I have forgotten to write. Do remember that these four are the non-nitrogenous products. Okay. So number one is gums. Gums is produced from the plant, as you can see I have written it for you, acacia. What happens is gums, how it is produced? It is produced by the cellulose wall, by the ruptured or destroyed or breaking of the cellulose wall. These substances are produced. These substances are complex compound, but they can be soluble. They are soluble in water. They are soluble in water, but they are complex compound produced from acacia plant by breaking of the cellulose wall. So what is the use of gums? The gums are used in binding of the books, for binding of books, for making furniture. This product of the plant, the excretory product of the plant is used. Next one is resin. So resin is produced from pine, from pinus plant, from gymnosperm. Gymnosperm plant, this product is formed. It is a complex compound as well, but it is not soluble in water. It is insoluble in water, but it is soluble in alcohol. It is soluble in alcohol, and this is produced from resin duct. There is a special duct present in pine. In that duct, it is being produced from the essential oils. From the essential oils, resins are produced, and it is hard and brittle. It is hard and brittle, and resins are used in making paints, making varnish, and they are used in the manufacture of soap. Next, the next one is latex. This name you have heard a lot. This name you have heard a lot. It is found from rubber plant, which you know, from papaya plant, and also ficus. One example of ficus is you have studied in the first few months of your school, that is the ficus is the genus of banyan. So it is produced from the ficus genus, ficus, and also found in papaya and rubber. And what is it made of? It is a mixture. It is a mixture of gums, resin and alkaloids. These three are making this particular compound, and this compound, this latex, is milky white in color, but sometimes it is watery in color, and sometimes it is yellow in color, yellow, brown and orange also. And what is the function of latex? Since it is used in chewing gum, you eat a lot of chewing gum, it's true. So the chewing gum which you are eating is made up of latex. Also it is used for making rubber, eraser, tire. These are the things which are made from latex. Next, tannin. This tannin is a compound that is found in amloki. You have heard the name of amloki. Hortuki, you have heard the name of hortuki as well, and tea. You may drink a lot of tea, meaning you are having a lot of tannin, and the tannin is bitter. Hence, if you drink tea without sugar, you will have a bitter sensation. So this tannin is bitter, and it is found from the bark of the plant. It is found from the bark of the plant, and it is also a waste material of the plant. So what is the work? What is the function of this tannin? The function of the tannin is it has effect against the microorganism, meaning if you drink it, you may, your body may function well because it kills the microorganism, the bacteria that had entered your body. Okay, and hence it is, we can say that drinking tea has a medicinal effect, and if you are drinking tea, it is having a medicinal effect. Also, tannin is used to produce ink. This formation of ink is done by tannin. The next one is nitrogenous waste. So, nitrogenous waste, so alkaloids are the nitrogenous waste that are being produced by the decomposition of the protein. The protein are having amino group. In the amino group, there is nitrogen element as well. So, hence these compounds are nitrogenous waste. In the previous compounds, there are no nitrogen present inside them, hence they are non-nitrogenous. And here the alkaloids are having protein, protein are having amino acids, amino acids are having amino groups, amino group is having nitrogen, hence the nitrogenous waste. And the types are number 1, quinine. Quinine, you have heard a lot about this name from the previous classes as well. It is found in the bark of cinchona plant and it is used as the medicine of malaria. This thing you have known like forever. And the next one is daturine. Daturine is found from the leaf of datura plant. From the leaf of datura plant, it is used as a medicine for asthma. Next one is morphine. Morphine is produced from the fruit, unripe fruit of poppy plant. Unripe fruit of poppy plant, morphine is being produced and it is a medicine for insomnia and pain. And there is caffeine. Caffeine is produced from the seeds of coffee plants and it is used as a painkiller. So, these are the exudate products of plant. Next, we will study about the excretion in animals. So, in animals they are having the excretory organs which the plant is lacking, and the various types of excretory organs are the following, like number 1, contractile vacuole. These are found in protozoans. These are found in protozoans like in amoeba. What happens here? In the amoeba there is a vacuole and that vacuole is collecting all the waste. That vacuole is collecting all the waste and gradually the vacuole will move from the center, it will move towards the side of the vacuole of the amoeba and finally it will go out. So, this type of vacuole, this type of excretory organ in the protozoan is known as contractile vacuole. Next one is flame cells. These are found in flatworms. Hence, I have written platyhelminthes flatworms. These are found. These organs do what? The example of flame cell is planaria. So, this organ does what? This organ will collect the metabolic waste and it will transfer the waste to the excretory pore. From the excretory pore, the metabolic waste will be thrown away or eliminated. Next one is Nephridia. It is found in Annelida. It is found in Annelida. So, earthworm. So, what happened here? Nephridia are a spiral body. It is a spiral body having a funnel and another coil tube which is known as nephrostome. And there is a nephri and the nephripore, and from that nephripore the waste material is eliminated out of the body. Next one is Malpighian tubule. This is found in Arthropoda. It is found in arthropods, that is cockroach and the rest of the insect. So, what happens here? The Malpighian tubule will collect all the waste material and it will take the waste material to the midgut and it will then eliminate it. Next one and the last one is kidney. This you know very well. It is found in human beings and the rest of the vertebrates. And this kidney are found in pairs. So, and in the kidney, the waste materials are being collected from the blood. The blood is carrying the waste material and taking the waste material back, I mean the pure blood back to the body and is eliminating the waste. So, these are the various excretory organs in animals. In the next class, we will discuss about the excretory function, the excretory system of human beings. We will start with kidney and we will discuss nephron, how the waste matter is being produced, how it is going and all the function. We will going to study it in the next class. So, till now, thank you.
Subscribe. Click on the bell. Like, comment, share.